because now you're throwing 5 to 10 extra pitches.
One and one the count on Chance, senior out of Ridgeland, Mississippi. They call him Beans. He was the hardest player in the SEC to strike out last year. Gritty kind of a ball player. High chopper to short. Tough play. Willits ranges in. The throw is not in time, and it's 1-0 Bulldogs. Sawyer Reeves crosses the plate. That'll be an infield base hit and an RBI for Bryce Chance.
Yeah, just tough play. He's coming in hard. Got to have a little bit better exchange though to get that out.
So the last couple of balls not hit super hard, but the Bulldogs able to take advantage and scratch out this game's opening run. And here is Hunter Hines. Stallman at second, and Chance with the RBI infield hit is at first base. And a big fastball past the home run hitter, Hunter Hines. He is 11 home runs away from Rafael Palmeiro for Mississippi State's all-time home run lead. He's in a hole 0-2 here, though. Witherspoon misses upstairs with that fastball. Hunter Hines just had an incredible first couple of seasons. A little bit of a down year last year. Turned down the draft to come back to school. There you see his career numbers, 57 all-time. He goes after that breaking pitch, and he's out on strikes. So Kyson Witherspoon strikes out the side, but gives up a couple of hits and a defensive error. And the Bulldogs are on the board first with a 1-0 lead, headed to the bottom of the first. State has gotten on the board first here tonight at Eldale Mitchell Park in Norman. And now the left-hander Pico Khan will head out there to try to back up the offense. He's been very good this year. Senior from Urbana, Alabama, 4th year as a Bulldog. Had 11 strikeouts in each of his first 2 starts. And 43 strikeouts for the year. He's given up only 5 walks. You see those 43 strikeouts put him 5th in the SEC in strikeouts this year. Good arm, left-hander who is that kind of Friday night guy that you have to go through conference play, Rich.
Yeah, these guys are hard. Every Friday night you're going to see everybody's best. Big, tall guy, good arm angle, throws 2 or 3 pitches for strikes. And like you say, he doesn't walk very many guys, so they need to battle and try to get good pitches to hit.
So Oklahoma will try to respond. And the lineup for Skip Johnson, Jason Walk in the leadoff spot. He has homered in each of his last 2 games. Then Kyle Branch, the freshman, who's off to just an excellent start. Carmichael and Jackson Willits, who is coming off a 4-for-4 game where he nearly hit for the cycle back on Tuesday night. See Taki, Drew Dickerson, Christensen, Dawson Willis, and Deshaun Harris rounding out the lineup that Reggie Willits and Skip Johnson put out there. Jason Walk, switch hitter, bats right against the lefty Khan. And right there you see the danger that Jason Walk is. He has homered in his last 2 games, and he shows bunt on the first pitch tonight.
Yeah, he can really run.
Yeah, Skip Johnson, how about this power surge from Jason Walk? He says, well, now let's remember his is a game based upon speed. As the 2-0 pitch also misses, but he said more than anything, he said, look, he's just got a good stroke from both sides of the plate, and he's gotten bigger and stronger since he got to Norman.
Yeah, he's put on a few pounds since last year.
The 3-0s, a belt-high fastball from Khan. Pitched effectively against Texas last week. 6 strikeouts and just 1 walk. Got a no decision. All those games were decided late in the Texas series, and you know how it is, Rich. You get to the 7th inning, and just one swing decides it.
Yeah, and it happens when we talk about it in the Open. And those close games, you got to try to find a way to win those, and usually the most resilient guys do.
Walk spoils the 3-2 pitch there. Jason Walk came in as a freshman last year. Oklahoma had an excellent center fielder in John Spikerman, and so Walk was kind of watching early on in the season, learning from Spikerman, and then Spikerman went down with injury, and Walk was thrust into the lineup. It really shortened the learning curve for him.
Yeah, definitely, and he's definitely taken the baton, from Spikerman out there in center field.
So it is a leadoff walk to Jason Walk, who has stolen 7 bases this year. And here's Kyle Branch. There's Kyson Witherspoon. Gave up that run in the first inning. Kyle Branch batting .366. This freshman leads Oklahoma in hitting. And there's a fastball from Pico Khan. In the air toward right center field. Wind is not going to matter on this one. Tough sun field right now, but I think that one was so high it was not much of a problem for Noah Stevens.
Yeah, it's definitely above the angle of the sun right now. It's usually those low line drives, little looping flares out there that get the right fielders about this time of day.
Yeah, the sun's setting off to the west and is kind of clipping the top of the roof here at L. Dale Mitchell. Easton Carmichael is in. They'll try to keep Walk close as Hines holds against him at first. Easton Carmichael delivered a walk-off base hit to right field in Oklahoma's midweek win over UTA back on Tuesday night. Carmichael leads Oklahoma with 12 extra base hits, 22 runs driven in. Khan paying close attention to Mr. Walk.
And rightfully so.
He's not afraid, though. I mean, he's got a substantial lead over there at first base. Carmichael in the air to left field. Stallman just ventures in about 7 or 8 steps. 2 gone. So after the walk to Jason Walk, Pico Khan retiring the next 2 and deals with the cleanup hitter Jackson Willits, who's been on a tear. Home runs in his last 7 games. Willits homered here on Tuesday night, his 6th of the year. He's driven in 19. Oh, and 1 the count. This is part of a full schedule of games around the SEC tonight. Take a look at the team stolen base leaders. Kentucky 1 more than Oklahoma, and that's been Oklahoma's MO since Reggie Willits came back to his alma mater to monitor and orchestrate the offense for Skip Johnson and the Sooners. They call it chaos. And Oklahoma has perennially been amongst the national leaders in stolen bases. Willits rockets this one toward right center field. Bryce Chance, though, races back to grab it a couple of steps shy of the warning track. And the inning is over as Willits gives it a ride but is retired. A man left on for the Sooners. Mississippi State leads 1-0 headed to the second. 2022, 4 postseason appearances in 7 prior years at Oklahoma. Of course, one of those was lost due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but hey, this team has been resilient. That's the word that Skip continues to use about them. Those one-run games, 7-0 in one-run games. And the come-from-behind wins that they have had. He said, really the reason why they win those is they're not concerned with winning those.
Right.
They're concerned with the process.
Right. You know, it's...
Ross Highfield check swing. And he is thrown out by Kyson Witherspoon.
And it's the process, and it's also, you know, it's like I used to tell all my players, like, you play from the first out to the last out. Play the same way all the time, whether you're winning, losing, and some that carries over to as a, you know, kind of a mantra for most guys. If you can get everybody to, you know, believe the same way.
And that's the critical part right there, is the consistent theme from not just the coaches but the players. Then eventually you hear it constantly, and it's learning by osmosis almost.
Right, and it's, you know, when a team gets to where it's supposed to be, coaches really don't have to do a lot. You know, if you have the right leaders and the right guys on the field, you know, other than some X's and O's, there's not a whole lot that needs to be done.
Nolan Stevens in with the shift on for the Sooners, as they have only the third baseman Dawson Willis on the left side of the infield. There you see from atop how they defend Nolan Stevens. Sophomore from Elk Grove, California. And he hits this one foul and out of play. Nolan Stevens' brother Grant is a pitcher at Oklahoma, and unfortunately has had so many injuries. He is still a big part of things for the Sooners as kind of an assistant coach and helping his fellow pitchers out. But the brothers on opposing sides tonight. 2-2. That's a good pitch right there from Kyson Witherspoon.
Yeah, he's living on that outside corner. That's a tough pitch to hit when it's 96, 97.
Tried to get him to chase it. Nolan Stevens is a two-way player. He has made 14 starts in right field and 2 relief appearances on the hill. Nolan Stevens and Noah Sullivan are both two-way guys for the Bulldogs. And that one Smarts fouled it off his foot. And we've talked about it a good deal, Rich, but with roster sizes and trying to limit space, two-way guys are worth their weight in gold almost.
Yes, they're valuable.
Especially when they can do both at a high level.
At a high level, yeah, correct. I mean, you don't want a guy that can, you know, it's only going to get a few innings in a year and hits and plays outfield. You want a guy that can actually do some stuff out of the bullpen.
Another one back. 31 pitches now for Kyson Witherspoon. You look down at the Oklahoma bullpen. It has been a real strength. In fact, both of these bullpens have been excellent. You look at the strikeouts to walks ratio, especially on the Mississippi State side. It's incredible almost what they've done. 3-2 is rifled right over the top of the shift into the right field corner area. It'll be cut off by Sam Christensen, and Nolan Stevens has the third hit already for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Ball middle. wasn't on the outside like it has been. He just squares it up and serves it out in the right.
So here's the shortstop, Dylan Cupp. Sophomore from Cedartown, Georgia. Went down last year with knee injury. "22 games that he played a season ago. Injured against LSU once the Bulldogs got into conference play, but he has really bounced back. Maybe a little ginger early, but starting to find his groove, it would appear. 1-1 the count. And Chris Lamonis and the staff, they like to bat him down in that number 9 spot, Rich.
Yeah, a good guy to have down there and turn the lineup over and get you back to the top. You know, just a lot of people say, oh, you hit 9-hole. Well, if you got a guy down there that's pretty good and can turn the lineup over, it helps a lot.
1-2 the count. Bulldogs got the lone run of this game on an RBI infield hit by Bryce Chance in the first. Stevens has stolen 2 bases this year. High chopper down to third. And the Sooners cannot quite turn what would have been their 14th double play as Dawson Willits throws to Kyle Branch to get the force play. And Cupp is safe at first on the fielder's choice. 2 down. There's the 7th-year head coach of the Bulldogs, national champs in 2021. Said it was kind of a frustrating weekend against Texas last week. Texas got a late home run on Saturday. They had to play a doubleheader, which, you know, things can go south in a hurry in a doubleheader, and you got to get it pointed back in the right direction. And this league is rough. You're talking about 12 of the top 25 teams in the country, 8 of the top 10, and 4 of the top 5 reside in the SEC.
It's crazy, and it seems like it's that way in almost every sport.
Yeah, you look at men's basketball, and each of these 2 teams got their men's basketball team into the NCAA tournament. Mississippi State dropped one to Baylor, so they got eliminated in the first round. And Porter Moser's Oklahoma Sooners are set to tip off here in about an hour and 20 minutes out in Raleigh against 2-time defending national champion Connecticut in the men's big dance. But yeah, 14 of 16 men's basketball teams got into the NCAA tournament. Big swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 4 for Kyson Witherspoon. 1-0 Bulldogs on top as we head to the home half of the third on SEC Network Plus. Kyson Witherspoon off to a solid start, Rich.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball well.
Has a 4-3-1 advantage. There's no ties in baseball, Rich. How is it 4-3-1?
There is when you got to catch a plane.
That's right. And that's what happened. They were playing in the Dodger Stadium Classic, where both of these teams, that was back in 2016, and they were tied at 5, and they had to get away to get to the airport to get on out of town. And traffic in LA can be a bear.
Yeah. Especially if you're not if it's not timed right.
You got to time it perfectly.
Yeah. I played in 2 of those games in '92. The regional down there in Starkville.
This one is pulled by Taki to his counterpart at first base, Hunter Hines. What a great environment. You know, you frequently talk about. In fact, I've asked you in the past about Oklahoma and the SEC, and people are curious, what is the environment like? And you point to Starkville as that spot.
Yeah, that was my all-time favorite place to play at all the places I played at OU. Barbecuing in the outfield. You know, it was amazing. They had a pitcher named B.J. Wallace for the old people know who he is, but
hey, that's not fair.
That guy was amazing. I think he pitched against UCLA in that regional, struck out like 12 or 14. Thank goodness we didn't have to face him.
And I think you told me they brought you ribs.
Yeah.
Or they were bringing ribs to people in the outfield.
Go down to the left field lounge out there and hand over some ribs and brisket and whatever they got. Wow. It was amazing. They're super nice people after the game, of course. But yeah, super friendly. One of the coolest places I've ever been.
Duty Noble Field, or the Dude, as it's called.
Yeah.
And the Dude abides.
Yeah. And after they lost, we were almost like kind of a little home favorite, since Larry Cochelle had Cal State Fullerton out there the year before in a regional, so they knew who he was and liked Larry. So
he was good at currying favor with the fans at Sarko, right?
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, he'll shake everybody's hand, walk around shaking hands, kissing babies. Yeah, but it was a great place to play, great environment.
Drew Dickerson DHing for Oklahoma tonight. And Kahn just missed outside with that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty good miss pitch there by Pico Kahn. Speaking of NCAA regionals, Kahn, maybe the best performance of his career was in their NCAA regional at Charlottesville last year. 7 strong innings. Man, that pitch right there was close. But it's a walk to Drew Dickerson. And that is not a headline, because he's got 23 of them, which is 3rd in the SEC.
Yeah, Charlottesville's not an easy place to play either.
Sam Christensen to the plate. It is Sam who has the 23 walks on the years. He bats with 1 away, and Drew Dickerson at first. Pulled toward first and just foul. Right on top of the call down there is Jordan Farrell, the first base umpire. And he said that it went outside the bag before Hunter Hines grabbed it.
Yeah, probably a good thing. Hines threw that ball straight to second. I don't think they would have got that lead out if that ball was fair.
Maybe he would have made a different decision. 0-1 on Sam Christensen. Smacks this one foul into the turf. Christensen, a transfer from South Mountain Community College in Phoenix. Redshirt sophomore, originally from Mesa, Arizona. Roped but foul into the Bulldogs bullpen down the right field line. You have to win the transfer portal game these days.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy.
And these teams both have. They've had good additions. This is one for Skip Johnson and the Sooners. And they've got Dickerson picked off at first base. He's hung out to dry. The tag applied by Hunter Hines. 2 down. And we've got time call. They're going to review this.
Oklahoma is challenging the call of out at first base.
So the centralized video replay that the SEC has. Let's look again here.
Ooh, it looked like his.
It's the ball. Nope.
Well, he's safe, but it looked like his front leg crossed his back leg, and you're not allowed to pick off if that foot goes behind the back leg.
You get a good view of it right there.
Yeah. Is that the Hawkeye?
I'm not sure if this is one of the Hawkeye cameras or not. There are 6 Hawkeye cameras, and I'm not sure there was ever a tag that was applied.
Yeah. He missed them.
So you get 2 coaches' challenges, and if you win the challenge, you retain it.
I think that's one of those ones as an umpire, the ball beats you, you're out, you know.
Yeah.
At least that's the way it used to be back in the old days.
Are you firmly convinced? Are you firmly convinced that there's not a tag there? In other words,
I think so.
Okay.
But I know there's been several plays that I had over my career where ball, I catch the ball and it beats the guy and I don't tag him, you know, it's pretty close, but I don't get him, they still bring him. Of course, they didn't have all this replay stuff back then.
Here we go.
After review, the runner is safe at first base. Oklahoma still has 2 challenges remaining.
Have I told you how much I love the fact that the umpires have a microphone to explain things? It is fantastic.
It helps so much. Instead of having to try to text somebody and see if we can get an answer.
Brandon Cooper is our plate umpire. And Drew Dickerson stays at first. Count is 0-2 on Christensen. Man, that was close.
Like I said, Christensen's got 22 walks, and he knows that strike zone pretty well.
These 2 pitchers, Rich, had combined for 11 walks on the season.
Yeah, those are crazy numbers.
It'll stay at 1-2 here on Sam Christensen. We talk about what's happening around the SEC. Already a couple of series that began last night. Alabama beat Tennessee 6-5 in Tuscaloosa. Tennessee had won 20 straight, and now they've lost 2 straight. They lost their midweek game and then lost the opener of that series with the Crimson Tide. And Vanderbilt beat Texas A&M 5-3 yesterday in Nashville. Jacob Humphrey hitting a 3-run home run. So those 2 series are back at it. And all the others have come into play on this Friday evening. Dickerson's not taking any chances now. I mean, he's hugged up pretty tight at first base.
And honestly, it's not that great of a move. I don't know. Dickerson's just not reading it very well.
Pulled through the right side. Sliding toward it goes Reeves, but he won't reach it. And the Sooners have a threat brewing here in the second. A walk by Dickerson and a base hit by Sam Christensen follows. That's Oklahoma's first hit.
Yeah, just a good piece of 2-strike hit and choked up on the bat. Got a pitch down and just able to drive it through the right side. Stevens playing shallow enough, able to get in on that ball to keep Dickerson from going to third.
And there's Noah Stevens out there in right, as Rich alluded to. So here's Dawson Willis with Oklahoma putting the tying run in scoring position. And Willis bunts one foul outside of the third baseline.
That's a good bunt. And when you're trying to bunt for a base hit, you want it to be fair or foul, pretty close to the line.
Dawson Willis has come in from LSU Eunice, a Division II school, where he was the Division II Defensive Player of the Year a season ago. 0-2 the count. Dawson Willis homered a week ago tonight in Oklahoma's opener of the South Carolina series. Blocked by Highfill. Runners will stay put.
Kahn just spiked that ball. Held on to that breaking pitch just a little too long.
And that hit him. So the bases are loaded. Two pretty rare pitches there for Pico Kahn in a row.
Yeah, that's kind of out of the ordinary for him.
And so it looks like we may have a visit here from pitching coach Justin Parker.
Just fastball in, just lost control of it a little bit. It's part of Willis's thigh there.
So the Bulldogs will talk it over. Mississippi State would certainly not want to have to make a move this early, and with a 1-0 lead, let's try to settle down Kahn. And this is a veteran guy, as we said, senior. He's been around 40 years. You would figure they'll get him righted.
Yeah, and being around so long, he'll probably be able to get it done himself. You would think, being in this situation so many different times.
But this is Oklahoma's MO, Rich.
Yep.
That runners on base, they get you worried, and all of a sudden you make a couple of mistakes. Kahn has gone at least 5 innings in all of his starts so far this year. Deshaun Harris, as that one misses inside.
Starting to wonder, that's 3 pretty bad misses. Maybe something's not feeling right with his arm or his hand or something.
Big sweeping breaking pitch. And Deshaun Harris swings and misses. He hit his first career home run 1 week ago tonight. Did Deshaun Harris. Oklahoma has also utilized Trey Gamble this year in the outfield, but he went down with a lower leg injury out at South Carolina last weekend. Has not played in now the 3 games since. I understand he's doing better and could and should be back soon for Oklahoma. 1-2, got him with 3 sweeping breakers. 2 down, and that is the first strikeout for Pico Kahn tonight.
Yeah, it's just didn't look like Harris is seeing that ball very good at all. He chased three pitches. I don't think either one of them were strikes.
This looks a little different coming from Kahn to a lefty. And here's Jason Walk. He walked his first time. .362 batting average, second best mark on this Oklahoma team. He scored 19 runs and has a big hack at that one. Base is full of Sooners with 2 gone. And Kahn, whatever was ailing him about 6 pitches ago, seems to have been rectified.
And now he's back in there.
Walk, fly ball, fairly deep into the right field corner, but easily playable for Noah Stevens, and the inning is over. So Kahn pitches out of a bases loaded 1-out situation, and Oklahoma is held scoreless. 1-0 Bulldogs headed to the second in Norman. Strikeouts to walks ratio 8.5 for Kahn, nearly 8 for Kyson Witherspoon, who has struck out already 4 batters in this game.
Yeah, I mean, 2 spectacular arms. We're going to see that week in and week out here in the SEC.
And out of the bullpen, it's just insane, the arms that you see these days. Ace Reese is in there, and you didn't play all that long ago. I know you like to think that it was a long time ago.
It feels like it was. But I don't ever remember having teams that were that deep, even the World Series team. Like, we had a lot of great pitchers, but not with numbers like these guys have.
How hard did, say, Russ Ortiz throw when you guys?
Low 90s, mid 90s, yeah. I mean, Redmond, same. But Redmond had one of the nastiest changeups I've seen.
Ace Reese struck out swinging against Kyson Witherspoon in the first. 1-2 the count. .27 runs batted in for Reese. Witherspoon missed just outside. Mississippi State had to reload as they had 11 players drafted, most of any team in the country in 2024. A swing and a miss, strikeout number 5 for Kyson Witherspoon. Second time he has fanned Reese.
Yeah, that slider's tough. Just breaking in. Look at that. It's just that movement and depth is tough to hit, especially with 2 strikes.
Better send out for more Ks. Now they're always prepared. Noah Sullivan struck out looking his first time. So we mentioned that Mississippi State had the most players drafted. Oklahoma had the same issue 3 seasons ago. They had 11 players drafted, most of any school. That was after they made it all the way to the national championship game. So credit both of these staffs for being able to. You can't rebuild. Yeah, you must reload.
Yeah, nowadays, and especially with the portal, I mean, you got to look under every rock to find the right guys.
2-1 the count on Sullivan.
And Coach Todd Butler does a great job of recruiting.
And you've got coaching staffs and head coaches who have been at their schools and in their programs for a good deal of time. And Rich, it just makes it easier. It does, because you know what you need and you know what fits you.
Yeah.
That one is hit hard, but well foul.
Yeah, you're recruiting talented players, but you're also recruiting, attitudes and, the right kind of player to fit in with your mantra and your style of play.
In the air to right field, backing up is Sam Christensen to the warning track, twisting and turning and pulling it in. Round number 2.
That ball's hit well by Sullivan. Good play by Christensen out there to run that down.
Kind of went back and forth like a defensive back, turning his hips on that ball. But able to pull it in for the second out. And here's Reed Stallman. Stallman was safe on an error his first time. It was that play where the shortstop Willits was starting nearly behind the bag at second, and the ball was hit on the second base side of the infield, and Willits and Kyle Branch ran into each other, and Stallman was left safe. And the Bulldogs would scratch out a run one batter later when Bryce Chance had his infield hit. 1-1 on Reed Stallman now. That one is tomahawked foul. Blazes over the top of the Mississippi State bullpen. Stallman, they figured, would factor in at first base most definitely, as Hunter Hines was drafted and Hunter Hines decided to come back to school, and so Stallman has worked his way into the outfield rotation for the Bulldogs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missed a little time earlier this year. Did Stallman in concussion protocol. But they are happy to have his bat back in. Homered and drove in 3 back on Tuesday in their midweek win for the Bulldogs. Strike 3, a changeup there from Kyson Witherspoon, Rich.
Yeah, you don't see that very often from him. Really good pitch, though. He just takes something off it.
Kyson Witherspoon with a pair of strikeouts and 6 of them on the night. As well, they are at least 24 in a couple of polls, so you could almost make it half the poll, Rich, if you were to count Kentucky. 12 of 25.
Yeah, it's amazing, the depth. Like we talked about, all sports. I mean, softball is the same way.
That it is. Interesting that Mississippi State, right out of the chute in conference play, got the 2 newcomers. Texas last weekend, Oklahoma here.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how that played out.
It's decided the Bulldogs would be the ones to roll out the red carpet for the Longhorns and Sooners. Kyle Brandt is in against Pico Khan, who pitched out of that bases loaded situation, getting a strikeout and a fly ball to right field. Branch hits this one foul. See a lot of guys who are starters these days that work full-time out of the stretch.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of movement, a little bit of that extra movement out of the delivery. And some of them are kind of a hybrid. You know, see how it kind of takes a little step. It's like a hybrid, you know, wind-up stretch deal where they just take a tiny step and they're already turned, so leg can come straight up and they can stay more back to front and on plane.
Branch slices this one over the top of the roof. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. What a start. Kyle Branch is off to, freshman from Lucas, Texas. Lovejoy High School. Skip Johnson told us this week, he said maybe the highlight of the season has been the offense from this player right here, because they knew he could defend at an elite level.
Right. He's been a pleasant surprise offensively for the Sooners. Like you said, you know, I talked with Rayleigh in the fall, and he was telling me and bragging on how good his defense was, and here he is, you know, at the top of the lineup in average.
And that one hits. Second man hit by pitch tonight. And for Oklahoma, the leadoff man is aboard for the second time in 3 innings.
This ball just gets away from him. This is way inside. Even he made a move to try to get out of the way. Still got him.
Like just above that back knee. So not necessarily on the kneecap, but maybe the meatier part.
Yeah, definitely part of his thigh.
Easton Carmichael, the Sooner catcher now. Carmichael flied out to Stallman, the left fielder, his first time. This one lifted down the right field line. Fair or foul, as Hines, the first baseman, watches it bound onto the hill. Oh man, we had some youngsters ready to head down there after it. Security has intervened. Oh man, he's going to go get it for him at least. Now the big decision:
who's he going to give it to?
That's what I'm saying.
The guy might have himself in a pickle.
Carmichael hits another one foul. Here's the resolution. Who we giving it to? How much money you got? Oh, he's playing hard to get. Jump ball. Oh, we've got a winner. Oh, and a steal. All right, back to business here. 2-2 on Easton Carmichael. Chopped foul outside of third base. Easton Carmichael, first team All Big 12 last year. All-American as well. His sophomore season, he hit .406 in conference play last year. Then went up to the Cape Cod League and batted .300. Was the MVP of the All-Star game up there. That's where the big guys play in the summertime.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, when I played up there, you know, Veritek and Garcia Parra, Darren Erstad, all those guys were in that league.
Swing and a miss. Just a nasty pitch there from Pico Khan to get Carmichael for the first out.
Yeah, that was a really good breaking ball. You see it here. I said these two pitchers, when you get 2 strikes, it's tough.
That is 2 strikeouts for Pico Khan tonight. And Jackson Willits, the Sooner shortstop, is in. He hit the ball pretty hard into the right center field alley his first time. Bryce Chance chased it down. And here trying to bunt his way aboard. Jackson Willits, Skip Johnson was saying 2-3 weeks ago he was hitting more balls hard than you might have ever seen and wasn't getting the results. But what he has gotten better at as a sophomore is moving on when it doesn't work out.
Yeah, last year it took him a little bit to get going. It seemed like after that Oklahoma State series he took off, and especially the power numbers.
Couple of throws over there to try to keep Kyle Branch close. He is 6 for 6 in the stolen base department. Once again, Oklahoma has stolen 50 as a team. It's about 2.5 per game on average. Oh, 2 now on Jackson Willits. Been on a bit of a home run tear as well. He's Oklahoma's home runs leader with 6, including 3 in his last 7 games, and this was back on Tuesday night. Kahn airmails the catcher Highfield, and Kyle Branch will move to second base on a wild pitch.
Yeah, that seems. He missed bad on that one. It just seems kind of out of character for Kahn.
That's his first wild pitch of the year.
I mean, he's hit a couple batters and walked a guy, and that's not his norm.
One and 2 as Oklahoma once again puts the tying run in scoring position. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Pico Kahn.
He's been bouncing back. Just the fastball right by him. Willits couldn't catch up to it.
So here is Dayton Taki. Kyle Branch was hit by a pitch to start the inning, but Kahn has bared down to get the 2 strikeouts, and just a beautiful breaking pitch there from the left-hander. We talk about right-handers pitching to left-handers, lefty, all that sort of stuff, but Rich, is it really, unless a guy has a breaking pitch like Kahn has, right, it's not as big a challenge, but his breaking ball is nasty.
Yeah, it's especially, moving away with left on left matchup.
There goes the runner. Taki just foul down the right field line, and Branch was off to the races. We'll do it all over again on 1 and 2. Dayton Taki grounded out to his counterpart at first base. Hunter Hines, his first time up. Kahn with 3 straight strikeouts after giving up the hit by pitch. Every time he has run into problems so far tonight, he's had his own answers. Pico Kahn strikes out the side, keeps his Bulldogs on top 1-0 headed to the top of the 4th. Error in the first inning, and the Bulldogs lead Oklahoma 1-0 with Rich Hills. I'm Chad McKee on hand for the first ever SEC baseball game here at L. Dale Mitchell Park in Norman. And Oklahoma right-hander Kyson Witherspoon back out there. 6 strikeouts through 3 innings of work so far. Goes to work here against the center fielder Bryce Chance. It was Chance who drove in the run with an infield base hit back in the first inning. His 10th run batted in of the year. Third season at Mississippi State for Bryce Chance. Witherspoon deals him a strike. You know, going to break. The last time Witherspoon was on the mound, we thought he had thrown a changeup, Rich. It just kind of looked like a little bit of a slow curveball.
Yeah, it's more of a slurve. That's not usually that hard breaking pitch.
1-2, fastball, strike 3 called. 7 strikeouts for Kyson Witherspoon.
I'm telling you, both these guys are pitching as advertised. I mean, Kahn had the bases loaded that he got out of, but I mean, they're both out there throwing the ball very well.
I'm not sure where Chance thought that ball was.
Yeah. We get caught looking. We question.
Hunter Hines reminds me of a story that Mickey Tettleton told on the air one time when he faced Randy Johnson. First pitch, he turned and looked at the home plate umpire and said, "Sounded low." In the air towards shallow left, and Harris watches it fall in front of him. Hunter Hines to the opposite field has his first hit of the night.
Yeah, just off the end of the bat, little Texas leaguer out there to left field.
So Hunter Hines aboard with 1 away. Ross Highfill will be the batter. Highfill hit one back to the pitcher Kyson Witherspoon in the second. 0 for 1 tonight. Goes after the first pitch. Ross Highfill has made starts in right field and at catcher this season. Highfill missed last season with injury, but hit 9 home runs 2 seasons ago as a freshman for the Bulldogs. Witherspoon's 0-2, just threw it past him. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 8 in the game for the Oklahoma right-hander.
Yeah, just high fastball, can't catch up to it. Just right there. He's got his stuff working right now.
Working too. That's the operative word. That's what Kyson, Malachi Witherspoon are about, the work. Here is Nolan Stevens. He had a base hit his first time as he hit one out into right field over the top of the shift, which is on again. And mentioned that his brother Grant is an Oklahoma pitcher, and Carly has more on the brothers Stevens.
This series has been circled on the Stevens family calendar for months, ever since the schedule was released. The Stevens brothers have been talking trash for so long. Well, on college breaks, Grant and Nolan would actually have live at-bats, and they would practice with each other. Well, this past winter break, Grant said, "Hey, no more live at-bats. I'm going to face you in the spring. You can't see my best stuff." Well, despite Grant medically retiring earlier this month, the Stevens have 16 family members here in attendance to support the boys all the way from California.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carly. What a great story. And yeah, Grant, you see, recovering from, unfortunately, another arm injury that has forced him to medically retire from the sport that he loves. Still a big-time contributor. And Skip Johnson said he can contribute just as much as if he were even pitching for this team. But you see Grant Stevens transferring from out there near home on the West Coast at Pacific. And Weatherspoon strikes out the side here in the fourth as Nolan Stevens is retired, and Kyson Weatherspoon has got it working tonight. 9 punch-outs for the Oklahoma right-hander. Strikes out the side in the fourth. 1-0 Bulldogs. Been a fun Friday night one so far. Two of the best arms in the country looking every bit the part. And a 1-run ball game headed to the bottom of the fourth at L. Dale Mitchell Park in Norman. Mississippi State getting a run on an infield hit by Bryce Chance in the first. Oklahoma's had a couple of opportunities. They left the bases loaded in the second. And Pico Khan goes back to work. He struck out the side in the third. Drew Dickerson swats the first pitch foul. Dickerson walked and was left stranded at third base back in the second. "13 strikeouts between these two pitchers so far. Big hack there by Dickerson. That foul tip just does pop out of Highfield's glove. So Drew Dickerson able to keep his at bat alive. Freshman out of Lee's Summit, Missouri. In the air into the right field corner. Racing over is Noah Stevens. He'll watch it blow foul out toward the berm. And it stays 1-2 on Drew Dickerson. It's one of 8 series going on around the SEC tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got Auburn at Kentucky. How about Georgia and Florida? That's number 3 versus number 6. We've also got number 2 LSU at number 5 Texas as the Longhorns host their first ever SEC series. In 5 of the series this weekend, both teams are ranked in the top 25. How about those for matchups as Dickerson strikes out? That is 4 strikeouts in a row for Pico Khan.
He's locked in right now.
There's Sam Christensen. He had Oklahoma's lone hit back in the second inning. A little too tall that time from Khan. "22 walks drawn by Sam Christensen. And he's out in front 2-0. That one just a tad bit outside, and 3-0. Khan has walked 2 and hit 2 and thrown a wild pitch. Comes back with his first strike to Christensen. Full count now. Nice night settling in. You see a few hoodies over there in the Bulldogs dugout. Temperature got up to about 72 today. Strike 3 called, so he fell behind 3-0 and comes back with 3 straight strikes. That is 5 consecutive strikeouts for Pico Khan.
Yeah, just another breaking ball to left on left. Seems to be giving all the left-handers a fit.
Base is empty, 2 down, and here is the third baseman, Dawson Willis. Willis got hit by a pitch his first time up. That was a stretch of 3 batters that reached safely for Oklahoma back in the second. Dickerson walked, Christensen a base hit, and then Willis got hit by a pitch. But with only 1 out, Khan came back and struck out Harris and then got a fly ball from walk to get out of it. And quickly 0-2 on Dawson Willis.
Good changeup there.
Got him swinging. 6 straight strikeouts for the Bulldogs left-hander Pico Khan. And 2 of the best pitchers in the country are rolling through the last 3 innings. 1-0 Mississippi State on top as we head to the 5th. Old-fashioned pitchers duel shaping up here between Pico Khan and Kyson Witherspoon. One after another, Rich, between these two.
Yeah, they've been on fire, especially these last 2 innings for Khan, striking out 6 in a row.
It is 9 strikeouts for Kyson Witherspoon. Khan has struck out 6 in a row now. Dylan Cupp is the batter for Mississippi State to start the 5th inning, and he takes a strike. So of the last 14 outs made in this game, 12 have been strikeouts.
Yeah, it's welcome to Friday night in the SEC, I guess.
There you go. Dylan Cupp grounded to the shortstop Jackson Willits his first time. Tried to check his swing. They're going to appeal, and first base umpire Jordan Farrell says no swing. There are the comparisons between these two. And Khan really wasn't on the strikeout train early. Man, he has gotten locked in. In the air to left, jogging in and over to his right is Harris. 1 away. Back to the top of the order here for Sawyer Reeves. 3rd time through the lineup for the Bulldogs.
And 2 of those hits off Kyson was the infield hit and the flare to left. Only 2 were hit halfway decent.
Reeves bunts it foul. He had a base hit back in the first, as you said. That was really the only one that, other than what Hines did.
Yeah.
Hines kind of dunked one out into left.
Yeah, that was just like off the end of the bat.
Reeves scored the lone run after singling and stealing second. He came in on the infield hit by Bryce Chance. That is the lone tally between these two sides. In the air to right, Christensen. 2 gone. The only thing for both of these starters, Rich, is usually high strikeout totals bring high
pitch totals, yeah.
But it doesn't feel like that's been the case.
I was just thinking right here, Skip would probably like to get a quick ground ball, fly ball right here. This would be a low pitch count inning.
Witherspoon, as you see, 79 pitches prior to that one. Reese has struck out swinging twice against Witherspoon. Just a tad bit outside. Pitching matchup tomorrow expected to be Cade Crossland for Oklahoma. Carson Ligon for Mississippi State. 1-2 the count. And then on Sunday, Ben Davis for the Bulldogs and Malachi Witherspoon for the Sooners. Reese is after that one. He's out on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. Kyson Witherspoon has reached double figures in strikeouts. He's got 10. His career high is 12. Been a lot of this so far. With just 1 hit, and Carly has more on Oklahoma trying to get their bats going tonight.
Chad, in between innings, assistant coach Russell Raley gathered up the offense, and it looked like they were trying to strategize a plan to get some runs on the board, guys. So we'll see what happens this inning.
Thank you, Carl. There's Russell Raley.
Oh, Russell. Good player.
Skip Johnson's staff of all former Sooners, like yourself.
Yeah.
Russell Raley, and you see what the Sooners have done offensively tonight. Just 1 for 9. Desan Harris struck out his first time up. I think he's seen 5 pitches from Pico Khan.
Yeah, all breaking balls, and he's chased all of them. I don't think any of them have been a strike.
We saw Justin Parker, the pitching coach for the Bulldogs, come out and talk to Pico Khan in that 2nd inning when the bases were loaded, and since then he has been lights out. No swing as they appeal down to Michael Carroll, the 3rd base umpire.
Looks like Harris having a hard time seeing this. This is, as a hitter, you want to get up on the bat, spread out a little bit, and try to slow things down.
Couldn't hold up there. Highfield will pick it up and throw him out. That is 7 straight strikeouts now for Khan. Whatever it was that Justin Parker said to Pico Khan, that's an all-timer. Just bottle that one up.
Yeah, no post-game meal or something. I don't know. but whatever it is, he's been dealing ever since.
Here's Jason Walk. Hits this one foul. Over the awning. That hit the concession stand up top. Probably rattled everybody inside a little bit. Walk is 0 for 1. He walked back in the 1st. He's also flied to right. I like Pico Khan's kind of follow through. That back leg comes kicking through.
Yeah, he's all out there.
Long socks on. That looks almost like how defensive backs in football wear their pants these days.
Above their kneecap. Yeah.
And wide receivers.
I think Sawyer Reeves is like that also.
Yeah. Walk strikes out as well. Pico Khan has nearly now struck out the side in order. He's on 8 straight. Kyle Branch, who's at the plate now, was hit by pitch. And Pico Khan has struck out the last 8 men since that.
This is a situation as a hitter. You know, Khan's falling behind. You might get a fastball to hit. Key is don't miss it.
In the air to the back part of second base, and it'll be caught by Sawyer Reeves. Inning over. That breaks a string of 8 straight strikeouts for Pico Khan, but Oklahoma goes in order in the 5th inning. Through 5, Mississippi State on top, 1-0. Fayetteville. Texas's first ever home SEC game, a 1-0 lead over second-ranked LSU. Here it is 1-0. Lone run scored on an infield base hit by Bryce Chance in the top of the first inning. It was after a base hit and an error. And the Bulldogs trying to add to their lead with Noah Sullivan here against Kyson Weatherspoon. One of the few times Kyson Weatherspoon has fallen behind a hitter. Noah Sullivan struck out looking in the first and lined out to the right fielder Sam Christensen in the third. Three balls and no strikes now. Sullivan, Stallman, and Chance, 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup. The scheduled hitters as Weatherspoon takes a deep breath. And a 4-pitch walk. Breaks a string of 6 in a row, retired by Kyson Weatherspoon. And it is the second time tonight the Bulldogs have had the leadoff man reach. Here's Reed Stallman. That is the first walk issued by Kyson Weatherspoon, and only the 7th he's issued all year. Stallman was safe on an error in the first, and then he struck out looking in the third. Carmichael blocks that one, and Sullivan stays put. Oklahoma started the season 11-0, and in all 11 wins, opponents scored 5 runs or less. It's the first time in program history that's happened. Hit well to left. Harris, well, he went back at first, not hit as well as maybe I anticipated, and Harris is able to catch it rather easily.
Yeah, off the bat, it looked like it was going to carry a little bit more, but I guess we're used to seeing a lot of wind, so
it's a good point.
Without the wind blowing, it's just a normal fly ball.
Oh yeah, normal Oklahoma south wind, that goes to the warning track. Bryce Chance is the batter. Bryce Chance had that infield base hit that scored the run back in the first inning. He's also struck out looking in the fourth. Big high leg kick as he swats this one. Scooting back on it goes walk to put away out number 2. That's a big high leg kick by Bryce Chance. Were you a big leg kick guy?
No.
Slide step,
barely.
Toe tapper.
Yeah, just barely small stride. Stride early, see it good.
Did you ever do anything different? If you get in a slump, would you try, if your timing was off, would you try something different?
Not really. You know, it's kind of like, Skip talks about, you got to just stick to your process, and it's more about feel than anything else. You get that feel back where everything's working in unison, everything working together instead of separate. Hips and hands together, and being on time is a big part of hitting.
Weatherspoon chases Sullivan back. Hunter Hines tonight is 1 for 2. He had a base hit out into left field his first time up. See, all Division I players, Hunter Hines is second. 2 Aggies up there in the top 3 as well. Grant Jay, really good player down at Dallas Baptist, has got over 50 for his career. 0-2 here on Hunter Hines. Chris Lemonis gave Hunter Hines just a little bit of time here and there to sit. observe, watch, try to get his stride as he takes that pitch. There can be a lot of pressure that comes along with records and trying to get to a certain place. And I'm not saying that that's been a factor with Hunter Hines, but it sometimes can be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes just being a senior, you put a lot of pressure on yourself. You know, trying to lead the way for your guys and try to do a little too much sometimes.
Got him swinging. 11 strikeouts for Kyson Witherspoon. He gives up the leadoff walk, but then retires the side. We've got a good one, a one-run game, and the Aces are dealing.
Yeah, it gets better as the game goes on. And you like to see that out of your Friday night guy.
And that's with a couple of walks, 2 hit batsmen, and a wild pitch. As Easton Carmichael swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Taken care of by the second baseman, Sawyer Reeves, for the first out in the 6th inning. Kahn has allowed just 1 hit through 5 1/3 with the 9 strikeouts. Jackson Willits hit one of the hardest hit balls all night back in the 1st inning. He sent the center fielder Bryce Chance into the alley in right center field. Chance caught it.
And like you said, that was probably the hardest hit ball of the night.
And probably for either team.
Yeah.
That glances off the bat handle. Just came riding in on Willits.
Those are frustrating as a hitter.
4 o'clock is the start time tomorrow for game number 2. And then Sunday will be 2 o'clock. We'll have all those here on SEC Network Plus. 1-2 to Jackson Willits. Counts all square now to Jackson Willits. Oklahoma 13-0 at home this year. Willits scalds this one into right field. Played on a hop out there by Noah Stevens. And that's the second Sooner hit of the ball game. A 1-out single by Jackson Willits.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Stay back, drive it the other way. I'm sure Russell and Reggie like to see a couple strung together.
So here is Dayton Taki. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to first and struck out. In the air to left center field. Stallman is on the move back to the track to chase that one down. Willits was all the way around second base running. He retouches second on his way back to first, where he is with 2 down.
Yeah, good play by Stallman. That ball's hit well by Taki. Like we talked about earlier, these guys can play some defense. They don't make a lot of mistakes.
It's really a 4-man outfield rotation. But as you said, these 3 tonight, Stallman has chased one down out there. We've seen Chance run one down in right center field. And now it looks like here with 2 down, we're going to have Justin Parker jog out for a conversation. Drew Dickerson set to come to the plate. We mentioned pitch counts for both these guys. See 95 now for Kahn. And over in the Oklahoma dugout, about the same for Kyson Witherspoon. He's at 95.
Yeah, kind of a random visit to me. I mean, yeah, we've hit a couple balls hard, but still getting out.
You see the bullpen activity. Looks like ready if needed. No numbers on the front of the jersey, so could not tell who that is out of the Mississippi State bullpen. And Drew Dickerson is in. Kahn is difficult to steal against. Actually saw him pick a runner off at first, but it was overturned earlier in the game. Tag wasn't applied. The ball beat him. Nice play there by Heifel. Jackson Willits can run. He is 5 for 5 in the stolen base department. Hard hack at that fastball. And 1-1 now on Drew Dickerson. He swung so hard at that one, it flipped the medallion on his necklace around to his back. And 2-1 now.
Swing hard just in case.
That's right. Wouldn't say that's just the A move of Pico Kahn to first base.
Yeah. Two balls, 2 strikes now on Drew Dickerson. Crowd's been into it from the get-go tonight. And it's a very good crowd here at L. Dale Mitchell Park. People are expecting the first SEC game in the history of this stadium. 3-2 now. As Kahn has hit the century mark. Will, that one is thrown past the first baseman Hines, and Willits is going to move down to second. So that'll be just a throwing error against Kahn. That's he just didn't get it over there.
You know, Rich, you talk about that slide step where your front foot has to be.
Yeah.
He was being extra cautious not to break the plane.
Yeah,
wasn't
looks
he?
like it. Yeah.
So the tying run in scoring position, and Kahn says it will not matter, as he is now into double-figure strikeouts on the night. Oklahoma leaving a runner stranded in scoring position as the tying run. And Kahn effectively able to get Drew Dickerson for the second time on strikes tonight. 1-0 Mississippi State leads, headed to the 7th on SEC Network. You have come to the right place. Kyson Witherspoon for Oklahoma 11, and Pico Kahn of Mississippi State with 10 in this game. And we'll see how much longer each of these aces will be able to go. The bullpens have been up. Stone Simmons loosening for the Bulldogs. And I believe Gavin Jones has been getting loose for the Sooners. And Kyson Witherspoon will likely go over 100 pitches in this inning. Pico Kahn is already over 100. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Ross Heifel. Let's hope that he is okay. Slowly getting to his feet. That is
good to see.
Wow. and or protective side piece there. And all the best as Michael O'Brien comes on to run for Ross Highfill. Even the reaction of Kyson Witherspoon was one that would take your breath away as well.
Yeah, you know, you never intend to hit a guy, especially up high.
We'll clean the turf around the batter's box before Nolan Stevens stands in. So Witherspoon has walked a batter and hit a batter. He's given up 4 hits. And Skip Johnson has 2 arms available in the bullpen at his disposal currently, as Nolan Stevens is the batter. 3rd time tonight that the leadoff man has reached base for Mississippi State. Nolan Stevens had a base hit back in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th. Here to Stevens. There goes O'Brien. Easton Carmichael saying foul ball. Plate umpire Brandon Cooper said the ball was not tipped and that it was a swinging strike and a stolen base for O'Brien. Definitely swung on and missed. Kyson Witherspoon just kind of lobbing one out there. Shift is on for Oklahoma, so that's the shortstop Willits over on the second base side who took that throw. Two and two now on Nolan Stevens. Stevens, a guy that Chris Lemonis says might be their best defensive outfielder and throws in the mid-90s, but they haven't used him as a pitcher yet this year. 2-2 the count. Lone run of the game came all the way back in the top of the 1st inning. Kyson Witherspoon and Pico Khan in a pitcher's duel since. Well hit to left. Hassan Harris charges back to the warning track, backing up to pull it in. O'Brien's going to tag at second. That's a good bit of base running there by a pinch runner, Michael O'Brien, to get to third.
Good job tagging, like you said, with nobody out. Balls hit well. A lot of guys might go halfway on that.
You got the outfielder, though, having to backpedal like that. Does that factor in?
Yeah, because he doesn't have any momentum coming back through the ball to throw to third.
Bulldogs would like to squeeze out another run here. Oklahoma has the infield in. Skip Johnson now out of the Sooner dugout for the first time tonight. I don't see anybody coming through the bullpen gate. Witherspoon is at 102 pitches. Dylan Cupp will be the batter. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Kyson Witherspoon's night right there. 11 strikeouts and just 1 walk and a hit batsman. Jason Bowden and James Hitt. Bowden the right-hander and Hitt the left-hander for the Sooners in the bullpen. Big situation here for Dylan Cupp. Is trying to get the job done here for the Bulldogs. 96 mile per hour, so still a lot of juice in the tank for Witherspoon.
Still has a lot of velo for 100+ pitches.
Cupp is grounded to short and fly to left field tonight. Chases a high fastball up and out of the zone, and it's 0-2. This will get the job done in all likelihood. Fly ball to left. Harris catches it. O'Brien tags at third. The throw will be cut off, and the Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead on a sacrifice fly by Dylan Cupp. And that's a good at bat against a great pitcher.
Yeah, very good at bat. In a big moment.
So Michael O'Brien running for Ross Heifel, who was hit by pitch, scores the second run of the night, and it's 2-0 Mississippi State. Base is clear, 2 gone now, and the top of the order, Sawyer Reeves will be the batter. He scored the first Mississippi State run after a base hit in the first. He shot one through the right side to get himself aboard, and then scored on the infield hit by Bryce Chance. Reeves 1 for 3 overall tonight. He struck out in the second. Lashes this one back up the middle and has his second hit of the night. So Sawyer Reeves has got 2 hits off a tough right-hander.
That's going to do it.
So Skip Johnson going to make a pitching change, but the crowd, I'm sure, will recognize what a performance they've seen from Kyson Witherspoon. Pitches Oklahoma into the 7th. It'll be 6 2/3 innings. He is on the hook to take his first loss of the year. And Jamie Hitt, the left-hander, comes out of Skip Johnson's bullpen here in the 7th inning. Mississippi State leading it 2-0. Well, the night is finished for Kyson Witherspoon. Impressive once again. 6 2/3 with 11 strikeouts and only 1 walk. Did give up 2 runs, but only 1 will be earned, as there was an error that extended the inning back in the first. And this is just what Oklahoma has gotten from him for the last 2 years, Rich.
Yeah, he's been outstanding, and another good outing tonight. That unearned run's looking pretty big for the Bulldogs right now, but Kyson's just been dominant every outing this year, it seems like.
Pico Khan pitching extremely well as well for Mississippi State. We'll see if he goes back out there for the 8th inning, but it turns to the bullpen now for the Sooners, and Jamie Hitt has been very good out of the pen. He has been a starter for much of his career. Texas Tech transfer. Honorable mention All Big 12 a couple of years ago, and this is his 10th appearance of the year. 9 appearances tied him for 5th in the SEC coming into the night. His bullpen's been very effective on both sides this year. And Jamie Hitt, Skip Johnson has talked about it, the move from the starter's role to one coming out of the bullpen has been a good one. He said he's a racehorse. Just bring him out of the gate and let him go. Not too much thinking about it or worrying about going out there the day before and all of that. Just get him loose in the bullpen and send him out to the bump.
And sometimes it's better for guys, you don't have to, like you say, you don't have to think about it all day. Your 20-30 minute warm up before a game starting. Get down there and throw 15-20 pitches. It's time to go.
Lefty here with Ace Reeves. Ace Reeves probably glad that Kyson Witherspoon is not out there. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. 6 home runs. A lot of pop in the bat of the Houston transfer. He had 4 runs batted in the Texas series last weekend. 1-1 to count to him. Sawyer Reeves down at first. 5 hits given up tonight by Kyson Witherspoon. And 1-2 now on Ace Reese. Oklahoma now shifts with 2 strikes. They bring the shortstop Willits over to the first base side of second. And hit, thought he had strike 3. Reeves back in on that look over by hit. To first, Taki reaches out, snares it, and steps on the bat. The inning is over, but the Bulldogs able to extend their lead. In fact, they've doubled it. It is a run on a hit and a man left. 2-0 Mississippi State on top in the series openers. We hit the 7th inning stretch. With the way that Kahn and Witherspoon typically pitch, who would have the advantage when you go to the bullpen? And the Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead as Simmons comes on.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, both of them threw outstanding. Now it's up to the bullpen to try to close it out for the Bulldogs, and the OU offense try to find a way to get some guys on base, get some traffic.
Lower third of the lineup coming here for the Sooners against Stone Simmons. You see on for his 5th appearance. One of those power arms out of the bullpen. Sullivan and Simmons and a bunch of different ones that Justin Parker and Chris Lemonis can bring out of that pen. Pitch, a towering fly ball to shallow left center field, and it will be the center fielder Bryce Chance to take care of the first out here in the 7th inning. Well, Ross Highfield getting hit by that pitch, so Joe Powell has also come on to do the catching for the Bulldogs. Powell is he's a great story. He's a transfer from Cincinnati. He had stepped away from baseball to be a firefighter, and Chris Lemonis and the staff called him up, said, hey, I think we got a spot for you. And this is his 2nd year at Mississippi State. Hit 4 home runs last year. Big swing here by Dawson Willis, who is 0 for 1. This one's just foul outside of first base. Stone Simmons also a good story. This battery is a good story. Stone Simmons is in his 6th year of college baseball. He spent 2020 at Furman University. This is his 5th at Mississippi State. But he missed all of 2023 and 24 with injury as he strikes out Willis. 2 gone. Stone Simmons actually served as first base coach back in 2023. Desan Harris now with 2 down and the base is clear. Oklahoma able to string together just 2 hits tonight. And Harris whacks that one foul up past the fans at the top of the berm. Bouncing ball to short, misplayed by Dylan Cupp. And so safe at first base with 2 down will be Harris. It's only the second error of the season by Dylan Cupp.
Yeah, he just got kind of in between on that ball. Got an in-between hop. See that last hop right there? It's like, didn't really get in front of it. Almost like he misread it a little bit.
Yeah, he's looking back. I couldn't tell what it was. Typically not going to be a rock or something that it would have hit on turf.
Not on this turf, no.
Back to the top of the order for Jason Walk. Walk is 0 for 2. He has struck out, walked, and flied to right. Tying run at the plate for Oklahoma in the bottom of the 7th inning. And 0-2 on Walk. There goes Harris, and this one is rocketed into the gap in right center by Walk, who can really run. Harris will score easily. Walk stops at second, and Oklahoma is right back in it on an RBI double by Jason Walk.
Yeah, he got into that ball. Yeah, just middle, up a little bit, belt high. Walk puts a good swing on it. Less than 2 outs, he may try to push at the third.
But not taking any chances here.
Yeah, you don't want to make the first or third out at third base.
So the Bulldogs open the door with an error in the inning, and the Sooners walk through it, getting their first run of the night. Here's Kyle Branch with now the tying run in scoring position. That's double number 7 and RBI number 14 for Jason Walk this season. One and one on Branch. Branch got hit by a pitch in the third. He has also flied to right field and popped up to the second baseman Reeves. Two balls and a strike down on Branch. .356 average leads Oklahoma. He has started all 21 games at second base. And now 3-1. Easton Carmichael waits on deck for the Sooners. Strike 2 now on Branch. Big payoff pitch coming from Stone Simmons. Right back to him. Simmons will run it halfway and then just kind of flip it to Hunter Hines, and the inning is over. But Oklahoma is on the board for the first time tonight. Jason Walk delivering an RBI double. Through 7, 2-1, Bulldogs on top in Norman. Between Kyson Witherspoon and Pico Khan, they have given way to the bullpen. And this will be the third arm of the night for Skip Johnson and the Sooners. It is right-hander Jason Bowden. Jason Bowden, the sophomore from Orange, Texas, transferred in from Texas A&M, and this is his SEC leading 11th appearance of the year.
Yeah, he's been good all year long. You see the numbers there. 13 Ks, 5 walks.
Skip Johnson said he His good bounce back ability. You can utilize him a couple of times in a series. He said he feels like he could even close. But Oklahoma's closer, Dylan Crooks, has been excellent.
Yeah.
He's got 6 saves and a win.
I think he's got that locked down for now.
Yes.
And it's good to have a guy like that. You know, we talked about it, you know, last week. That back end guy you can go to and count on closing a game out is huge.
Noah Sullivan leads things off. Sullivan, Stallman, and then Bryce Chance. 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup are the scheduled hitters for the Bulldogs. Noah Sullivan is over 2 with a walk and a strikeout tonight. Base hit in between the first baseman Taki and the bag. That's going to rattle down toward the right field foul area, picked up by Christensen, and it's a leadoff double in the 8th for Noah Sullivan.
Really not a bad pitch. The ball just got deep, almost got beat a little bit, got jammed, and was able to get it out there down the line.
So the Bulldogs answer right back after the Sooners got one. And now it is the cleanup man, Reed Stallman. Stallman 0 for 3 tonight, but he did reach on an error in the first inning, and that allowed the Bulldogs to eventually score their first run of the night. One and one. Combined strikeouts between the 2 starting pitchers tonight. Not that either bullpen is a piece of cake to go against, but Witherspoon and Kahn were both excellent. Swing and a miss. Just waiting to see if it was a foul tip.
That was a good pitch.
And so Stallman is the first strikeout victim for Jason Bowden.
That ball just sinks. Hard sinker. That's tough to hit when that ball is sinking away from a left-hander like that.
Yeah, Stallman's going, where did that thing go?
Yeah. The voodoo pitch.
Bryce Chance will be the batter. That is 12 strikeouts for Oklahoma pitching in this game. Chance, infield single that scored the first Mississippi State run back in the first. He's also struck out and lined to center field. Up and in, and a 2-0 count. Rifled in between third and short. A base hit scooped up by Desan Harris in left, who gets it back in. And Bryce Chance has his second hit of the ball game. That's 7 hits total for the Bulldogs. Sullivan stops at third.
You know, he didn't have a chance to score on that. He had to freeze on that line drive, make sure he didn't, ball goes through, he didn't get doubled off.
Here's Hunter Hines. 1 for 3 with a base hit and 2 strikeouts. ball to the second baseman, Branch. He'll go to Willits for one, and it's a double play to end the inning. Just what Jason Bowden and the Sooners needed. The Bulldogs are held off the scoreboard. It remains a one-run game after 7.5 innings. Jason Bowden getting the 14th double play turned by the Sooner infield this season. Oklahoma bringing the heart of the lineup to the plate. Here's your game summary. Mississippi State 7 hits, Oklahoma just 3. Kahn went 6 innings and struck out 10. Witherspoon 6 2/3 with 11 punch-outs. And the only player in this game with more than one hit is Sawyer Reeves, who's got a 2-hit night with a run scored. Easton Carmichael, Jackson Willits, and Dayton Taki, the scheduled hitters against Luke Dotson. .6'4" left-hander from Marietta, Georgia. Just given 1 earned run out of the bullpen with 9 strikeouts. Made 11 appearances as a freshman last season. Mississippi State came in second in the country, averaging nearly 13 strikeouts per game. And you look at this bullpen, a big reason for it. And they've got guys like Ryan McPherson with 18 strikeouts. Nate Williams has got 20 strikeouts and 1 walk out of the bullpen. And 1-2 the count here to Easton Carmichael. Carmichael has flied to left, struck out, and popped up to second base tonight, batting .288 with 5 home runs. That's a base hit to the opposite field. Easton Carmichael puts the tying run aboard for Oklahoma to start the 8th inning.
Yeah, good 2-strike approach there. Just let the ball travel, served it into right. Carmichael's, and he's a good hitter.
Jackson Willits had a base hit his last time up. Hit one into right center. Moved to second base on an error, but was left stranded. That was the last inning for Pico Kahn. Got some finals in from conference play tonight. Auburn has beaten Kentucky 8-7. Arkansas 12-2 over South Carolina. And Vanderbilt a 3-1 winner over Texas A&M. Those are the finals tonight. LSU leads Texas 4-1 in the 6th. Ole Miss 8-4 over Missouri in the 7th. Got a 1-run game, Georgia and Florida. Georgia trying to win in the bottom of the 9th inning, trying to protect a 1-run lead. We got a good one, this 1-run game. Hard hit ground ball to third. Reese up with it. Reeves turns it to first. And an around the horn double play by the Bulldogs. 9th double play turned by the Mississippi State infield this year.
Yeah, solid play. Almost threw the ball into the outfield there from Reeves at third base, but a good job by the second baseman getting over there and turning it.
So the leadoff base hit is erased on the double play. And here is Dayton Taki, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Each defense rolling one up here the last couple of innings. Same 2 teams tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then on Sunday the series finale at 2. Oklahoma has women's basketball hosting the NCAA tournament. So that's about a 1:20 tip-off, and it's just across the street at the Lloyd Noble Center tomorrow afternoon. You would expect that there would be a little spillover crowd from that, so you may have an even bigger crowd tomorrow.
The weather's supposed to be good tomorrow too, so that'll help.
One and two. Did he foul tip that one? I think he did. But it is 1-2 anyway. just a tad bit outside.
That's a tough one to lay off of.
Mississippi State women's basketball team also in the NCAA tournament. They're taking on Cal tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, evening, 4:30. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Dayton Taki is out on strikes. That's 12 strikeouts tonight for Mississippi State pitching. We move to the ninth in a one-run game. Bulldogs trying to get a little insurance. But they've had plenty of pitching in this one. A dozen strikeouts on the hill for Mississippi State. K's both ways tonight between the Sooners and the Bulldogs. And we've got a one-run game. Still anybody's to be had tonight. Joe Powell will be the batter for the Bulldogs here. He came on to do the catching. Ross Highfill was hit by pitch. Highfill's courtesy runner came around to score what is the lead run now. That was Michael O'Brien who came in to score. Now Powell bats for the first time tonight and pops up to the Oklahoma right fielder Sam Christensen for the first out here in the ninth inning. Nolan Stevens, the scheduled hitter. Stevens is 1 for 3. Had a base hit back in the second. That is a live arm that Jason Bowden has. He can whip it up there. Oh, 0-2 on Stevens. Only infielder on this side is the third baseman, Dawson Willis. So it is a 5-3 put out, even though it's a ground ball to the shortstop.
Right. He almost played himself into a middle hop there.
Do people keep scorebooks at home like you and I do up here in the booth, do you think?
There's probably some old schooler out there that does, to be honest with you.
So you're going 6-3 or 5-3? It's got to be 5-3.
He's the one that fielded it.
That's the third baseman, wherever he is.
Yeah, he could be in left center field. Still fly ball to third base.
Here's Dylan Cupp. Right now, his sacrifice fly in the 7th inning that scored Michael O'Brien is the difference. 0 for 2 with that run driven in the 7th. One and one the count. It's like an easy 95-mile-an-hour fastball, isn't it?
Yeah, he looks pretty effortless out there. Big frame.
Two balls and a strike down to Dylan Cupp. The top of the order, Reeves, who has a 2-hit night, is on deck for the Bulldogs. You know they'd like to get Reeves another at bat tonight. He's one of the few that's had some good swings. There's another inside fastball. Is it almost a cut fastball?
Yeah, it's got some sink on it. It's as a right-hander, those are hard to hit. You really got to try to get inside the ball.
Bowden thought he had strike three. Cupp, no home runs. He's driven in 8 runs this season. And a strikeout for Bowden. That is his second of the night. Oklahoma down to its final 3 outs, trying to rally and take the first ever SEC conference game at Elldale Mitchell Park when we come back. As a staff, Kyson Witherspoon was excellent for Oklahoma, his usual self. He struck out 11. Oklahoma pitchers have struck out 13. 25 combined strikeouts in this game. In a 1-run game, Drew Dickerson to lead things off for Oklahoma. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup due up against Dotson. Dickerson walked in the second. He struck out twice since then. Two balls at a strike now. Oklahoma trying to start a rally. The Sooners are 7-0 in 1-run games this year. And they are unbeaten at home as well. 13-0. Mississippi State has had so many close ones. The ones that they've lost, all their losses have been by 3 runs or less. On the Bulldogs side, they are 1-3 in 1-run games. Strike 2 to Drew Dickerson. We will redo the payoff pitch. It's going to take a minute to get that ball from. We're going to give Noah Stevens a chance to go retrieve that. Oklahoma left the bases loaded in the second when it felt like they might have a chance to get to Pico Khan. But then he got on a tear, struck out 8 in a row at one point. And out of the bullpen have come Simmons and Dotson. Dotson got a double play ball that helped him get out of the 8th without giving up anything. Swing and a miss. Dickerson is out on strikes for the 3rd time, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Luke Dotson going back to the final out of the 8th. Bulldogs hitters have now struck out 13. Both teams with 13 strikeouts. Here's Sam Christensen. He had a base hit back in the second. 1 for 3 tonight is Christensen. Third base umpire Michael Carroll says no swing, and so the count bumps to 2-0. Sam Christensen has hit 2 home runs. He's driven in 14 this year. Three and 1. Well, a walk puts the potential tying run aboard. And a full count now. Good battle here between Christensen and Luke Dotson.
Pretty good swing there by Christensen. Right now, you're just trying to scratch and claw and trying to find a way to get on.
And there is ball 4. So Oklahoma puts the tying run aboard with 1 away in the 9th. And Dawson Willis, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He was also hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. Oklahoma's lone run came on an RBI double by Jason Walk back in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Dotson right back with strike 1 to Dawson Willis. Willis homered in Oklahoma's series opening win a week ago tonight at South Carolina. Sooners' first ever SEC game. And Willis hit his 2nd home run of the season. One and 2 now as he fouls off a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. In the air to shallow center field. Bryce Chance is under it. 2 gone. And the Bulldogs are 1 out away from their first SEC win of the season. Luke Dotson trying to slam the door. He'll face, I believe, Deshaun Harris will bat, or is Oklahoma going to pinch hit? They may pinch hit. Now Deshaun Harris is going to be called back, and instead it'll be Brandon Kane batting in the number 9 spot. So Deshaun Harris, who had been safe on an error and scored the Sooners' lone run back in the 7th inning, will be pinch hit for. Brandon Kane looking for his first hit. 2 down, and Sam Christensen is at first base. Dotson zips that one through on the inner half of the plate. Kane, a transfer from Mississippi Gulf Coast College, nephew of longtime major leaguer Lorenzo Kane. And that one pops off the glove of Powell. So the tying run is now in scoring position for Oklahoma. Sooners look for their first base hit with a man in scoring position. And a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Luke Dotson saves it for the Bulldogs to get their first SEC conference win of the season. They hand Oklahoma its first home loss of the year, and for Mississippi State, their first top 10 win of the season. Pitching was the order of the night. And Luke Dotson is able to slam the door and get this win for Mississippi State, Rich.
Yeah, I mean, the pitching on both sides is outstanding. You know, a couple errors.